Good day, everyone. I am Kristen Marie Leguizma, and today I will present my final project about the analysis of my chosen five company stocks. So, this study focuses on five globally recognized companies that I chose to analyze. So, these are Amazon, Apple, Caterpillar, Johnson& Johnson, and NVIDIA. So these companies were selected because I think they represent different industries that are important to the global economy, such as technology, healthcare, infrastructure, artificial intelligence, and e-commerce. So in this presentation, I will discuss the company profiles, their business performance, how they survived major economic crises, their future plans, and why they are considered strong long-term investment from both financial officer and investor perspective. So for the objectives of the study, so the main objective of this study is to analyze five major global company stocks and evaluate their importance in the modern economy. So specifically, this project aims to examine how these companies performed during major economic crises, including the 2008 financial crisis and the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. So it also evaluates their future growth potential based on innovation, business expansion, and market leadership. Another objective is to understand why these companies are attractive investment from the perspective of financial officers, institutional investors, and individual investors. So through this analysis, the study highlights the importance of diversification, resilience, and long-term strategic investing. So next is the company overview. So the five companies selected belong to different industries, which provide diversification and allows a broader understanding of the stock market. So Amazon is one of the world's largest e-commerce and cloud computing companies. So its strongest advantage is Amazon Web Services or AWS, which generates large and stable profits. Apple is known for its strong ecosystem of devices and services and create high customer loyalty. So Caterpillar is a global leader in construction and industrial equipment, making it an important indicator of infrastructure and economic growth. Johnson& Johnson is a healthcare company known for its stability and consistent performance because healthcare products remain essential regardless of economic conditions. Lastly, NVIDIA is a leading company in artificial intelligence and gaming, and high-performance computing, making it one of the most influential technology companies today. So next is the business highlights and future plans. So from 2021 to 2026, these companies continue to strengthen their position within their industries through innovation and expansion. Amazon expanded its cloud computing business through AWS while integrating artificial intelligence into logistics, advertising, and customer services. So the company also focuses on automation and robotics to improve efficiency. Apple transformed into a service-driven company while continuing to innovate through Apple Intelligence and spatial computing technologies like the Apple Vision Pro, while the Caterpillar invested heavily in automation, electric machinery, and sustainable industrial equipment to support the future of infrastructure development. And then yung Johnson& Johnson focused on innovative medicine and advanced healthcare technologies including robotic surgical systems and personalized treatment. Meanwhile, yung NVIDIA became the dominant company in AI computing and data center infrastructure due to increasing global demand for artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies. So next is yung performance during the 2008 financial crisis. So during the 2008 financial crisis, it tested the resilience of global companies, and each company responded differently depending on the nature of its business. So Amazon remained resilient because consumer increasingly shifted toward online shopping for convenience and lower prices. So the company also continued investing heavily in infrastructure and AWS despite economic uncertainty. And then Apple was in the middle of the iPhone's rapid global expansion, which helped the company maintain strong growth even during the recession. So on the other hand, Caterpillar was heavily affected because the construction and mining activities slowed down worldwide. So the company responded by reducing production and controlling operational costs. Johnson& Johnson was considered a safe haven stock because healthcare demand remained stable regardless of the economic conditions. Meanwhile, the NVIDIA experienced weaker demand in gaming and PCs, but also continued investing in research and development, which later supported its expansion into AI and data centers. So next is the performance during the COVID-19 pandemic. So the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the digital transformation and changed global consumer behavior. So Amazon experienced massive growth because lockdowns increased demand for online shopping and cloud services. AWS became an important foundation for remote work, streaming, and digital services worldwide. Apple initially faced supply chain disruption, but demand for iPads, Macs, and online services increased due to remote work and online education. And then Caterpillar experienced temporary declines in construction demand, but later recovered as infrastructure spending increased globally. Next is the Johnson & Johnson played an important role in healthcare response and vaccine development, strengthening its position as a reliable healthcare company. NVIDIA benefited greatly from rising demand from gaming, AI, cloud computing, and data center technologies as businesses and individuals become more dependent on digital systems. So why are this company chosen? So I chose these companies because they are considered strong and reliable market leaders with long-term investment potential. So Amazon was chosen because of its dominance in e-commerce and cloud computing, which are essential parts of the digital economy. Apple is selected because of its strong innovation, brand loyalty, and highly connected ecosystem of products and services. Caterpillar represents infrastructure and industrial development, making it an important indicator of real economic growth. Johnson & Johnson naman was chosen because healthcare remains essential even during economic downturns, making it a stable and defensive investment. Lastly, NVIDIA was selected because of its leadership in artificial intelligence and advanced computing, which are expected to shape the future global economy. Next is the financial officer perspective. So from the perspective of financial officer, the primary goal is to maximize shareholder value while ensuring long-term company growth and stability. This involves improving operational efficiency, investing in innovation, maintaining strong cash reserves, and effectively managing risks such as economic slowdowns, legal challenges, and market competition. For example, Apple and Amazon focus on heavily on innovation and ecosystem integration to maintain customer loyalty and recurring revenue. Caterpillar focuses on operational efficiency and cost management during economic downturns, and financial officers also prioritize maintaining strong balance sheets because financial resilience allows companies to survive crises and take advantage of future opportunities. Next is the investor perspective. So from an institutional investor perspective, investment decision focus on diversification, long-term growth, and financial stability. Apple received the largest allocation because it is strong growth potential in services and artificial intelligence. Johnson & Johnson provide defensive stability, while Caterpillar offers exposure to infrastructure and industrial growth. So for individual investors naman, these companies are considered swan stocks or sleep well at night investment because they are more stable and less speculative compared to high risk stocks. A common strategy used by individuals investors is dollar cost averaging, where a fixed amount is invested regularly regardless of market conditions. So this strategy helps reduce emotional investing and support long-term wealth accumulation through computing. In conclusion, the analysis shows that Amazon, Apple, Caterpillar, Johnson & Johnson, and NVIDIA are among the strongest long-term investment companies in the global market. So each company contributes a unique strength to a diversified portfolio. Apple, Amazon, and NVIDIA provide strong growth opportunities driven by technology, artificial intelligence, and digital transformation. Johnson & Johnson offers stability and protection during economic uncertainty because of its healthcare focus, while Caterpillar provides exposure to infrastructure and industrial development that reflects real economic activity. So overall, these companies demonstrate resilience, innovation, and long-term strategic value. So their ability to adapt during economic crisis and continue expanding into future industries make them valuable investment for both companies and individual investors. So a diversified portfolio composed of these firms can provide growth, stability, and long-term financial stability. So that's all. Thank you for listening.